Another little application from TinkerzLab. I'll go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see it. I was looking for, should be in accessories, there we go. I was looking for a little lightweight application that just created one-time reminder alarms, like kind of like sticky notes. And I did look at some sticky note applications too. My email and messaging application that I use, that I absolutely love, is Thunderbird. And so I have Thunderbird, and I have the calendar, which I think is lightning. And I do the vast majority of my calendar and task and reminders, and of course my email in Thunderbird. But Thunderbird's a pretty big application, and it uses a lot of system resources. So, I don't have it open all the time. Whatever I'm typically working on my system, anything that I'm not actively using, I close out, so that all my system resources are available for whatever I'm doing. And because I do some heavy-duty processing on my workstation, so I have Thunderbird open probably half a dozen times during the day. But when I'm not actively using it, I close it down. When it's closed down, I don't get my reminders, right? And those are typically weekly, monthly reminders, things that are scheduled throughout the entire year. So I wanted an application that was simple and lightweight, that I could just enter in an alert title and an alert message, set the date and time, set it and forget it. So I would get the alarm whether the application was running or not. All right, so I just used Bash and Zenity for the dialog and made this little MyAlarm utility. And all it gives you is an entry to enter the title, an entry to enter the message, and then a drop-down list where you select the hour. It goes 1 through 12. Then AM and PM, and then it gives you a selection for minutes, 1 through or 0 through 59. And then it has a calendar where you can select the date. Okay, so I'll show you how this works, and then I'll show you, how to install it, how to uninstall it. Let's just go here. Let's just put in, we'll just put an alarm title. All right, and then the message, we'll put alarm message. And then for the hour, right now it's 1:44 in the PM. I'll set it a couple of minutes ahead of time, so I can show you something else. All right, so I'll show you the file that it creates where these temporary alarms go. All right, so the hour is 1, the minute, I'm going to go 46. So it's 44 right now. Let's go 46, and then it's in the PM. And then we'll select OK on the 17th. So today at 1:46 p.m. Okay, alarm is set, it says. So it uses the AT scheduler, which is something that's already on the system. And so with the AT scheduler already on the system and with it already running, I don't have to have my alarm application running. It will use the iNotify Send system that's built into the desktop manager. So I will get a visual reminder over here, and I will get an alarm sound when the alarm goes off. So it worked out really well. I like it. When you install it when you create your alarm, it will create a MyAlarm folder, for the user, and then that's where your alarms will go. So let's see. Let's take a look at this alarm file so we can see what's in it. So it uses the Notify Send. There's my alarm title that I input. There's my alarm message that I input. It uses the play utility and there we go. They just went off. Okay, so you get a visual notification and you get an alarm sound. Okay, and now my alarm file is gone. It automatically removes the alarm file after the alarm is executed. Okay, so for the MyAlarm application. When you unpack it, it's not going to have all these files. There'll be 7 different files. You'll have the icon, the sound file, the desktop file, the README, the myalarm_v1.sh, which is the primary application, your installer, and then your uninstaller. And so you just run it from a terminal. So if I open up a terminal here, you're gonna need root access. Of course, you need root privileges to install or uninstall anything on the system, right? So, and this will give you an error if you try to install it without root privileges. So if I just put in the file name, the installer script to run it, it tells you it needs to be run as root with root privileges, and then tells you how to enter this in to make the install. Now, I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to run the installer again. But you would do the same thing with the uninstaller. So if I was going to uninstall it, it's just MyAlarm v1 underscore uninstall to sh. It's going to give you the same alert. If you try to run it as a normal user without root privileges, it's going to tell you that you can't do that. You need root privileges to uninstall it. All right, one note about uninstalling the application. If you uninstall the application, the alarm folder that's in each user, so any user will be able to set this application up. All their alarms are kept in temporary files on their own home folder. But if you uninstall the application, it will go through the list of users and uninstall the alarm folder from each user, and therefore their alarms. So just be aware of that. If anybody already has an alarm set up, it's going to be removed when the application is uninstalled. Okay, so when you install it, it's going to create its own folder under user local. So user local MyAlarm underscore v1. These are the 6 files that are going to be in there. If you look at the user local bin folder, so that it's in your path, it'll create a symlink to the MyAlarm executable that's in that folder, MyAlarm underscore v1sh. Okay, it just creates a symlink to it, so it's in your path. In the user share application folder, that's where you'll find the desktop file that provides the launcher for the menu system. And the menu system, it will be in the accessories folder, so right here. And if I mouse over it, it shows the description is just simple reminder alarm, MyAlarm version 1.0. Oh, I'll show you one other thing. So it does do a little bit of error checking. I did build a little error checking into it. So if we bring the alarm application back up again, I want to show you what happens if you try to set an alarm before the current date and time. Okay, and I do that every once in a while. I forget to switch to AM to PM, which will definitely do it. So we put in our alarm title here again for our title, and then in the message box we put in an alarm message, and then our hour is still 1 p.m. and the time is 1:57 p.m. So if I put in 58, or let's go 59, if I put in 1:59 but I forget to change the AM to PM, so this would be trying to enter in an alarm before the current time. And of course you can't do that. You can't go back in time, right? Sometimes we wish we could, but you can't do that. All right, so I've got it set for the 17th on the calendar, which is today. I've got it set for 1:59, but in the AM instead of the PM. So if I select OK, you're going to get an error message here. And the error message says alarm cannot be set before the current date or time, okay? So now I need to start over. So if I put in alarm title now and alarm message, and then I put in 1, and then we'll go with 59, and then we change it to PM instead of AM, and we select our alarm. There it is. There's our alarm is set. So now if we go back in, you'll see that we have another temporary file now, which is our alarm file. And if I bring that up, there it is. Alarm title, alarm message, the audio alert, and then it's going to remove itself after the alarm is triggered. And if I bring up ATQ again, the ATQ to see, you can see that I've got one set to go at 1:59 p.m. So we're almost there. So we'll watch as this alarm goes off. There we go. Now watch the temp, see the temp file disappeared. Now if I look at the queue, I'm down to 2 alarms down instead of 3. So that alarm just executed. I'm really happy with the way it works. I love the fact that it's so small and lightweight. It's very simple to use. I like it a lot better than the sticky note applications that I've seen. The application doesn't have to be running in order for it to trigger the alarm. So it's a win-win-win situation. All right, don't forget there's a link to it in the show notes. It's in a zip file. Just download it to a temp directory or download folder, whatever. Unpack it there. It'll unpack into the MyAlarm _v1 folder. Enter that folder and you'll find your install and your uninstall scripts there. Just install it and uninstall it like I showed you from the terminal. It'll create your icon, launch it, and enjoy. That's all there is to it. All right, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time in the Tinkerz Lab.